If you're a home service contractor, you know the feeling, right? You want to grow your business, you have to grow, but it feels like every single step forward just adds another crushing cost to your payroll. So, how do you scale your revenue without your payroll just completely spinning out of control? Well, we're going to dive into that because there's a model out there that's built to tackle this exact problem. For any business owner out there who feels totally overwhelmed, like you have 100 tabs open in your brain at all times, this quote, this is for you. That feeling of chaos, that's not you failing, not at all. It's just information. It's your business screaming at you that the way you're doing things right now is completely maxed out. It's telling you it's time for a change.
So let's talk about that dilemma, because it's a story I hear from contractors all the time. You're juggling these insane costs, you know for a fact you're losing leads from places like Facebook and Instagram, and just getting through the day, well, it feels like pure chaos. This right here is the wall that stops so many amazing businesses from ever really taking off. And it forces you into this really painful choice, doesn't it? On one hand, you can build out a full in-house team, but that means crippling payroll, sky-high taxes and benefits, and let's not even talk about the HR headaches. So what's the other option? You try to cut corners, do it all yourself, and what happens? You lose leads, your customer database is a total mess, and you're just bleeding missed opportunities. It really feels like there's no way to win.
But what if there was a third option? A completely new way of thinking about it? This is where a new model comes into play. And look, this isn't just about hiring a remote assistant. It's a totally different operational structure. Let's dig into this idea of a growth squad, a model that a company called GSD 500 BPO has really perfected. So at its heart, GSD 500 BPO is built to be this high-performance machine for outbound marketing and automation. The whole idea, the entire philosophy, is to bring the kind of execution you see in Fortune 500 companies and deliver it to local home service businesses. It's about fundamentally changing what's even possible for a contractor. Okay, so what in the world is a growth squad? Well, think of it like this. It's a fully managed, often bilingual team that plugs three critical things together. First, a digital engine, because that's where your customers are. Second, actual physical street teams doing proactive, on-the-ground work. And third, an outsourced operations hub to handle all the calls, the data, and the automation. It's an all-in-one machine built for one thing, growing your revenue. And this isn't just one strategy. It's a three-pronged attack. You've got the digital side pulling in leads from social media and Google. You've got physical teams literally managing territories door to door. And then you have the operations hub, the nerve center, with bilingual business development reps, your BDRs, following up on every lead, and CRM experts making sure all that precious data is captured and automated. What's the result? No lead ever falls through the cracks again. All right, that all sounds fantastic, but I know what you're thinking. What does it actually mean for my bank account? Let's get to the good stuff, the blueprint for savings. We're going to look at a side-by-side financial breakdown. And trust me, this is where things get really, really interesting. Okay, just look at this. Seriously, to build a team like this yourself in a high-cost state like California, you're looking at over $31,000 a month. That's with salaries, taxes, benefits, the whole shebang. Now look at the GSD Growth Squad model. Under 10 grand. The difference is just, it's night and day. It's staggering. So here's the headline, the big takeaway. We are talking about an average payroll saving of 70%. Let that sink in for a second. 70%. That is not a small tweak. That is a fundamental game changer for your cash flow, for your profit, and for your ability to actually reinvest in our own business. And here's exactly how it works. This isn't smoke and mirrors. It's just math. Look at the costs broken down role by role. Your business development reps, your sales development reps, the people who qualify leads, data entry, even web development. The entire cost structure is just different. But look at that last line. See that big fat zero under benefits and taxes for the GSD model? That alone is a massive, massive win. Okay, so the theory is great, and the numbers look incredible. But does it actually work in the real world? Let's look at the proof. We're going to dive into a case study, the turnaround story of a company called Home Valley Solutions. So here was their situation. They were a water filtration contractor, and sales were just in a nosedive. Their CRM system was a total disaster, which meant they were losing leads left, right, and center from their social media campaigns. Sound familiar? They were stuck in that exact same dilemma we talked about earlier. So GSD came in, First thing, they ripped out that failing CRM and put in a powerful Zoho system that actually worked. Then they deployed a full growth squad, the BDRs and SDR, the whole operation. And the result? Fast forward to today, and the business isn't just surviving, it's thriving. They have a consistent, managed, automated flow of new leads. It is a textbook before and after story.
And here it is, the ultimate proof. This company went from sinking to generating an average of $150,000 in new business per month. That is not just survival, my friends. That is explosive growth, built on a system that is not only way more effective, but also dramatically less expensive.
When you get right down to it, the success of this whole model really comes from a core philosophy. And it's a philosophy that's very, very different from most agencies out there that just want to sell you a bunch of fluff and buzzwords. It's really this simple. Results are greater than buzzwords. You know, pragmatic business owners are just sick and tired of empty promises. You want to see the numbers. You want to see the system work. You want tangible outcomes, not another pretty PowerPoint presentation. And that brings us to their operational mantra. It's direct, it's confident, and there is absolutely no fluff. It defines a culture of pure, relentless execution. This is for the business owner who doesn't need more talk. They just need a partner who will finally come in and make things happen. So let's just end with this question. A 70% monthly saving, that adds up fast. In the example we just looked at, that's over $263,000 in annual savings. So what could you do with that extra capital? Think about it. More advertising? Better trucks and equipment? Maybe finally paying yourself what you're actually worth? That's the power of completely rethinking your growth engine.